Hello, welcome to Flooring Models Kit Review time. Today we've got Eduard's 1/48 scale Tempest. This is the Mk.V. Absolutely beautiful aircraft, very iconic. Obviously hot on the heels of the success from the Typhoon. We came along with the Tempest. So, Eduard's Profi Pack boxing, which means you get a couple little bits of goodies in there, as always. So having a quick look around the box, one of the things we do get is some fantastic marking options with this one. So we've got everything from, what have we got? April 1944, we've got June 1944, we've got more April, we've got lots of them down there. Various squadrons right the way through. Some very colourful markings as well with the gorgeous sort of D-Day invasion markings on there. Usual thing, kit number 82121. Okay, and then on the other side, so not too much going around in there. So in the box, if we can get in, they get me every time. There we go. Right, so bit of gappage down in here, that usual rosy rivet I was going to say there, but wheel for injection moulding, and unfortunately lots of the parts have come off in there. One bag, and then down in here we have the bits. Okay, down there. So starting off with the instructions. Usual thing, there's going to be a little bit of differences between the two because there is crossover with different versions, things like that. But you can see down in here we do get, which is the nice bit with this, is the gorgeous colour photo etch sections can go in the interior. So good to see that in there. Usual thing, seats, cockpit, all the items going in there, replacing out obviously the surface detail with the photo etch one. And then obviously with the cockpit framework, a very nice detailed cockpit system all the way in there. You see more control surfaces being added down in there, that gorgeous big mouth cooler on the front there, and then obviously sandwiching the lot in between. Then it's going to be over to the wing section. So we've got gorgeous details there showing in there for the actual main wheel wells with this one as you build up those and put them into the wing sections, and then sandwiching both together just down in there. Okay, and then obviously more details added to the cockpit as the wing section goes up underneath. We do have control surfaces, so you can probably do a little bit of movement down in there with the tailplanes and with the rudder, which is another nice touch. And then obviously we've got the ailerons on the outside as well, so you could pose it in a little bit of a different position. Nice, looks like we've got an upper deck going down in there. Should get rid of a few sort of seam issues and things like that down in there. Okay, tail wheel being fitted down in there as well with the tail wheel doors going on. Main gear being fitted down onto that one and put in. Then we've got the landing lights being fitted down into there, showing a little bit of the gear alignment, again nice touch, and then the doors, aerials, and the foot plate for boarding being fitted in. Okay, and then obviously we're working our way down the outside with the cockpit, with the prop, the exhaust going on there. The stiffener plates is also being added down the back. If you guys know your histories, the trouble with the actual Tempest was it had a nasty habit of shearing the tail off. So obviously the stiffener plates cured that problem and it was fine, but yeah, they used to fall off. Okay, so spinner, as you said, going in there, canopy as well, so we do get a mast set down there, and as you can see we just have a run through some of the gorgeous marking options we've got down with this particular kit. So again, some really nice ones down in there, and it is that thing with Tempests and Typhoons, having them with the navigation or the identification friend and foe markings with the black and white stripes just absolutely makes it. Okay, so we've got down in here, this is a die cut one, so it's straightforward push out job for your masking. There is your colour photo etch set for it, again, very nice indeed, with harnesses as well. Decals. So again, standard sort of RF roundels, all of that, and then obviously all the other ones. There's not a lot of point getting those out to have a look at them because they're going to be pretty much standard. So we've got one giant bag here with them all in. Okay, so if we start with the wing section, and again, we'll probably get away with just a close up. You can see gorgeous riveting detail being added down into this one right the way across it. Some really nice details in that one, and the wing with the upper surfaces with the actual panels, the excess panels, as well as normal riveting detail right the way over it. You can see full of detail, looking absolutely fantastic. Down on the underside, obviously there's not a lot going on in here, but we do have detail for the upper part of the wheel wells. Very nice, and you can see the tooling marks in the inside. That's beautiful, very, very nice. Okay, Fuselage Halves, again, all what you'd expect with the riveting, looks absolutely fantastic, beautiful kit. Really very, very nice indeed with these ones. Not so much down on the inside, obviously we've already be built up with cages and various things going down in there. And then these, which will probably be the easiest way, you can see a multitude of parts down in there, beautifully done. Tiny little gates on there, I can't really see any flash. There's very minimal burring as well on this one as well. But you can see those parts beautifully done. The tooling on these kits is absolutely exceptional. Very, very nice indeed. All the parts very nicely done. In fact, this is a beautiful looking kit. I have to say, the tiniest parts and the sprue gates going onto them. If you haven't seen it, we've just literally done the Tamiya Spitfire review, and this kit, I have to say, I would say is better. Okay, so we've got different types of wheels down here as well, obviously different versions of this one coming out. Again, no weight on wheels unfortunately, but I'm sure the aftermarket guys will be down with some resin ones. So we got the actual rockets on the side there and some more framing work. Again, very, very nice indeed. I can't see a single flaw with any of this stuff. This is beautiful. Okay, different types of props. Got a little bit of flashing just on the tips. Gonna need a little bit of a whip round there. It's the only thing I've seen so far, but the surface detail is absolutely gorgeously done. Very nice done. We have got tiny little bits of flash on some of these parts, but it is very, very fine. But you can see some really nice, that's that top part we were looking at earlier. Nicely done right the way through. Different types of spinner cap on there as well. And again, just as good detail on the underside. No ejector pins on anything. And then we've got the bits that have all fallen off. Okay. It's the only thing with these, they do them on these wheels and they have a habit of all coming off. And again, so you've got all the small parts are on here, which you can't really see, but again, quite nicely done the way they're laid out. And then we've got the actual cockpit, a couple of scuffs on there where it's been chucking around the back, but generally, clarity wise, you can see there's not a lot in that. And again, with the front, that is a tiny little bit of distortion in the front. You might see that just down there. Unfortunate, because the rest of it's fine. Just a tiny bit of distortion down in there. And don't forget, I'm looking at this magnified as well, so I can see it. But to be honest with you, looking at it, I can't see it, but I'm looking on a magnified version that you're seeing on a big sort of 21-inch monitor there, and I can see it. So it's like, yeah, it's one of those ones. Naked eye, honestly, it doesn't look as bad. So that's the quite thing. And there we go. That is, I have to say, beautiful. Really, really nice. I'd build this kit in a heartbeat. Okay, and I have to say, and I hate to do a comparison, but I've literally just done the review of this guy before I've done this one. Okay, you're going to get these days apart and all the rest of it. But the thing is, having literally just looked at this kit, I have to say there's more detail. There's a lot more going on with the actual, you know, the Tempest down in there and with Eduard than there is with the Tamiya one. The Tamiya one is very nice, but the surface detail down on this kit is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful right the way through. Yet with the Tamiya one, I'm looking thinking, yeah, there's a lot more going on in there as well. There's a lot more parts. There's a lot more detail for the cockpit areas, the wheel wells and everything that's going on down there with the Spitfire. And to be honest, I'm just looking at the price now. It's actually £3 more expensive for this particular kit. PM models, we got this one up at £35, and again for 35 quid I'm thinking that's really nice. 31 quid with the Tamiya Spitfire, I'm thinking, yeah, I want an engine, I want this and that. That's got so much detail in it, I don't need an engine because it's got it everywhere else. So yeah, very interesting doing, you know, a comparison with both kits like that from both manufacturers. I have to say, Tempest gets it for me.